I may as well just have dropped out, to be honest with you. The worst set of exams I've ever sat. That's not even enough to get into my 5th choice. What is your current love life? Do I have a story to tell you? I'm not answering that, sorry. I'm getting stressed because I'm being vulnerable. And basically now I'll give you a super quick overview of what I'm doing currently. You know it's bad when I can't even work out how to turn the camera on. Is that filming? No, I think it is filming. I hope so, because I'm about to start yapping. Hi everyone, welcome, It's been too long, I can't, I'm really awkward, no. Hi everyone, no. Take like 15. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I feel like I shouldn't even say welcome back, because let's be honest, when I picture the people who already follow me seeing this video come up on their For You page, I can just imagine them rolling their eyes and thinking, oh, it's this girl again, coming back after like 8 months of not posting and thinking anyone gives a crap about her life. Yes, that's me. And yes, I'm back. And no, I don't have an excuse. Life's been busy, really busy. Even I can't believe how much has happened and what has happened in the last 8 months since I've posted a video. And to be honest, that's exactly what the purpose of this video is, to kind of fill you in on what's been going on in my life and sort of what I'm doing now, and a bit of a recap so that I can start posting again without, what am I trying to say? My brain needs to catch up with my mouth. Hold on. No, my mouth needs to catch up with my brain, whatever the saying is. I just thought if I start randomly posting, it's kind of like, hello, you're back. So this is an explanation video so that I can start posting again, basically. So I think I'm going to split it into 3 sections. The first being sort of a recap of what I've been up to since the start of this year. I'm not going to make it too long, don't worry. But that's why I'm going to put timestamps in the description. So if you don't really give a crap about what I've been up to, you can skip to the next bit. Then the second half is going to be me answering the questions that people put on my Instagram at the start of summer. Yes, I know, a long time ago. I reiterate, life's been busy. And then the last section is just going to be a little announcement that I have to make that I'm very excited for. And that's basically it. So I'll put the timestamps in the description if you want to jump to and from sections. But yeah, we're going to start with a little overview of what life has been looking like for me from the very beginning of this year. And I'm just going to tell you everything that's been going on. Well, not everything, but what I can tell you. Right, so... Oh, Chester! Come say hello, boy! Say hi! Does someone want their dinner? I'm filming this video at night, by the way, and he hasn't been fed. So, yes, I'm coming, boy. Break and I'm coming back. That's great. I've been filming for what? Not even 2 minutes, and I'm already being interrupted. I'm back. I can now start giving you a little bit of a rundown on what's been going on. I am going to do some light makeup while I act to you. Right, so January, the only major thing I have to tell you about is the fact that I went to the Joshua Bassett concert, which I filmed a vlog on anyway. So if you saw that video, you'll know that I met Joshua Bassett. I actually still, even now, to be honest with you, can't even believe it, because I used to watch High School Musical, the musical, the series, and I loved that show. And then to actually meet him and see him in person, and he was so lovely. Didn't really do much else in January, I don't think. And then in February, I went on a little trip to London to see some family friends. That was really, really good fun. I saw Hamilton whilst I was there, and I hadn't seen Hamilton before, but I had quite a few friends that love Hamilton. I still, to this day, hear them talking about Hamilton all the time. So I was really excited to go and see it, and it was really, really good. I love musicals and theatre anyway. What else did we do in London whilst we were there? We were only there for 1 night, I think. 2 days, 1 night. We went to Glossier, of course, have to do my little annual Glossier trip. Stocked up on a couple of my favourite products that I'd run out of, and then also got a few new things. And then in February, the only other thing I did, I went for a cute little dinner with my dance friends to Pizza Express. I haven't seen a couple of my dance friends in so long because they don't go to dance anymore. It's just me, which is really sad. But I remember that night when we went out for dinner, and it was really cute, and I enjoyed that, and I miss them lots. And if you're watching this, we need to do that again. Then in March, I don't really have anything to report about March, to be honest with you. Nothing specific that I can remember, at least. Things were starting to get a little bit more intense at college then, because I was in year 13. So obviously preparing for A-levels and everything, I was not doing very well at college. We'll get onto that in a little bit, but around March time, I may as well just have dropped out, to be honest with you. Thank God I didn't, because things worked out okay in the end, but it just wasn't my best month. April was a little bit better. Exciting thing that happened in April, I passed my driving test, which I was so proud, because I passed first time with only 2 minors, and both of my minors were on parking, which I can't park anywhere even now. It's actually quite bad. bad. I always just like hope that the car park's empty enough that I can find a space that I can drive through. I can park on my driveway and I can pull up on the side of the road, and I feel like that's good enough. That'll do. And I was really lucky because I did get my own car a month before my test. So that's an exciting thing that happened in March. There you go. My mum surprised me with a car. We are sharing the car at the minute until my mum gets her new one. But it's a little blue Ford Fiesta and I love it. It's so cute. And for my birthday, my friend Beth got me loads of car stuff, so I've completely stocked it up with anything I could possibly need in an emergency. And I just love driving now. It's so much fun. I do still sometimes get anxious. I have a couple days here and there where driving on my own kind of stresses me out, but that's usually when it's chucking it down or I'm driving around roads that I've not been on before. For the most part, I don't even have to think about it anymore, which is good. And then obviously around April time it was Easter. I gave up makeup for Lent this year, which might think that's a bit of a random thing to mention. Something I was quite proud of because I felt like for a while, the first few months of the year especially, and I think just in the past couple of years when I've started to wear makeup more, it became something that I felt like I had to do because I wasn't super confident with no makeup on, and I wanted to change that, so I gave up makeup for Lent so that I had to go into college and to work and to dance and literally everywhere completely barefaced for 40 days. And I tell you what, it made the world of difference with my confidence. And then since Easter, if I want to go somewhere and I'm like running late, I don't feel the need to put makeup on every single day. I still usually do, to be honest, because I just enjoy doing it. It's fun, and also I do still feel like more confident put together with it on, but I don't feel the need to do it every single day. Also, when I do that, can you see all the rubbish on my floor? The pile of clothes that I am yet to put away. Doing that for Lent made me realise how much I thought about what other people thought about me. The first week of wearing no makeup, I was constantly thinking, oh, is everyone looking at me? Like, do I look so different? And what if this, what if that? And then by the end of it, I was like, literally no one cares and no one notices, and it's just not that big of a deal, really, is it? That's just an interesting thing to tell you guys. Right, that's basically everything I think I have to tell from January to April, which means the next thing to update is May, June, July, which best 3 months of the year. I genuinely, hand on heart, had the best A-level summer. Like, I think I will forever mourn this year's summer. It was just so much fun. And I think for me, for many reasons, it was just different to previous years. But one, I felt like I had more freedom because I was 18, turned 18 in May, and my personal circumstances are different, and I have just more freedom in general now, and it was just so much fun. I'll have to give you a little rundown super quickly of some of my favourite things that I did in the summer, but genuinely I was having the time of my life, and I didn't finish until like the second week of June maybe, so all of May basically was my A-levels, which that is a story in itself. Maybe that's where we start. Maybe that's what I'll start with, talking about my A-level exams, because I feel like I should mention how they went and everything, because I did do a lot of study content on here when I actually did post, and then I guess I stopped posting loads. Also, if at any point I lift my hand up and you notice that my finger looks really messed up, I kind of hacked it in the gym on Monday quite badly, so if it looks a bit messed up, that's why. I had to take the band-aid off it because it was going purple, so just ignore that. I tried to keep it out the frame. I'll probably post a story time on my TikTok and YouTube shorts of what I did to my finger, because I feel like it's quite a humbling story. Right, so I feel like I just blurted loads. Let's backtrack. 7th of May, my birthday, turned 18. I had the best birthday. I unfortunately was very stressed about my exams, which were coming up the following week, and I did feel like to begin with I couldn't properly celebrate because I was just revising and stressed all the time. But thankfully all of my friends, despite all being stressed for their own exams, did make time to go on a nice dinner for my birthday. We all went to Pizza Express. Clearly I love pizza and pasta, hey, but it was really, really nice. I think there would have been about 8 of us that made it out in the end, and we just went for a nice meal and drinks. It was either a week before my birthday or a week after my birthday, I can't quite remember. I'm just yapping, I forgot I need to actually do my makeup whilst we're here as well. Then on my actual birthday, as I say, I can't remember if that was kind of before or after I went out with my friends, I went out for dinner to a nice Indian restaurant with my mum and my sister. My mum had spoken to the restaurant before we got there and had gotten me a cake which they brought out and sang happy birthday and everything. It was really cute. And then my mum took me out for some cocktails as well, because obviously with turning 18 and I live in the UK, that means I'm now of legal drinking age. When I first went to have cocktails, I kid you not, my alcohol tolerance was so bad. I didn't ever really drink before turning 18. I had the occasional drink here and there. I kid you not, I'd have 1.5 cocktails. I'd already feel tipsy. I also went out for a meal with my nana. My mum, sister, nana and I, we went out for a meal, which was really nice as well. Just lots of birthday celebrations. My sister and I's birthdays are really close together. There's literally one day between them. So the meal with my nana was like a joint celebration. Right, checking my list so I don't forget because there's that much that happened in the months following. So then basically I had all of my exams. So I took law, biology and psychology. That means that all of my subjects were 100% exam based, no coursework. So I had 9 exams spread over I think 4 weeks with a half term in the middle. To be fair, the spread of my exams was quite good, but with taking a STEM subject I did finish a lot later than quite a few of my friends. But yeah, I finished my exams I think like the second week of June. I can't even explain how happy I was when I finished on the last day. And my friend Liv and I, being the 2 out of our friend group who took biology, were the last to finish, but all of my friends came back to college to celebrate with us, like for everyone finishing their exams. And we went for a few drinks at the local pub after finishing school and then walked down to the field, and we were all just lying on the field tanning, having food and drinks, and that was like the first day or even like afternoon of summer after finishing exams. And I feel like that just really set the tone for the rest of the summer. I can't even explain to you how good it was. Please just take me back. I want to relive the entire 3 months. Well, not the entire 3 months, God. Oh, God. If you know, you know. Yeah. But yeah, that was a really nice way to start the summer. So in June I went to 2 concerts. I went to Tate McRae and Gracie Abrams. So Tate McRae I went to see with my little sister. It was the first time we went to a concert, just the 2 of us. And then I saw Gracie Abrams a matter of days later, and I went with a group of girls from my 6th form, and that was so much fun. We were in the middle of the pit and also super close to her when she was on the B stage. Then shortly after that we had Celebration Day, which for my 6th form is basically a day where everyone goes back to college and dresses up as literally whatever you want to dress up as, and it's like our goodbye day basically. The teachers put together a presentation of like the highlights of the year and they give out awards. The awards were just like random things, like most likely to go on Love Island, most likely to be Prime Minister. I won most likely to be an influencer. What can I say? Guys, make it happen, please. So basically my entire group went as SpongeBob characters and I was Sandy? Yeah, Sandy the squirrel. But yeah, it was really, really good fun. Bittersweet, obviously, because it's like the last time that I'd see a lot of my teachers, and just kind of sad because, you know, it's the end of an era. I really did love year 13. It was obviously stressful for obvious reasons with the academic side of things, but I've had a pretty rough time since the start of year 13. So despite all of that, I had a really great year. I just think my friends made it so much better. We obviously did work, but we just had an absolute blast. And I was part of the student union as well. I was one of the co-presidents. That was quite good as well because we got to kind of run lots of different events here and there. We had a pajama day, which was really fun. We ran a charity football match, which was good. So after Celebration Day, it was prom, my year 13 prom. I ended up wearing a black off-the-shoulder dress. It was floor length with a slit up the right leg, I think. I wore it with like these massive black heels, like stilettos, and oh my gosh, they came off, I think like 4 hours in, which was impressive. But yeah, I changed into my trainers like by 10 p.m. because I could not keep the heels on any longer. After prom, because our prom was at a venue like in the centre of town, we all went out clubbing afterwards and that was really fun. Thankfully we were all able to like bring a change of clothes to the venue and then leave our dresses with the staff and then collect it from college, which is why I had trainers to put on when my feet got sore from wearing my heels. And then after prom was the last time I saw a lot of people. And then after that is when summer, I guess, like officially began. That's makeup done, so now I can just yap to you. Yeah, I did lots of fun things during the summer. I'll put a bunch of pictures on the screen of different things that I did, but some of the main things that I mentioned. My friends and I like went tanning at the river one day because it was so hot. We had a heat wave, so we just decided to go tanning by the river. And then one of my friends has land with like a glamping pod on it, so we went on an overnight camping trip, like a group of 8 of us. We literally just sat in the hot tub, had food and drinks. You should have seen the amount of alcohol and chips that we had. I'll put the picture here so you can see. Oh my gosh. And they had like a massive hammock set up in the trees, and we all just sat in that and talked for hours. It was really, really good. And I went out quite a bit. Obviously, with being 18, I could. I always said that I thought I would either love clubbing or hate it. I didn't think there would be like an in-between. And surprisingly, I actually quite enjoyed it. I think I have to be with the right people because I'm quite paranoid. So I think if I'm with the right people and I know that like if something was to happen, I'm surrounded by people who are going to look after me and I'm like safe and everything, then I can have a good time because I'm not stressed. But if I'm not out with the right people, then I just don't enjoy myself, which is why I don't go out anymore unless it's with people that I'm really, really comfortable with. And to be honest with you, I think I went out like loads in the summer because obviously I couldn't, all my friends were home, but I don't really go out very much anymore, like on the odd occasion. I think the last time I went out was Halloween, which was the end of last month, and the next night out I have planned is actually this weekend. I'm going, I don't actually think it is a rave. It might just be like an event at a club. But the DJ that's doing it is like usually at raves, I believe. But that should be good. I'm looking forward to that. I'm not a huge drinker because I'm a lightweight, but I'm one of those weird people that can go to clubs sober and still have a good time. Like, I'll just dance around. I'm quite happy. I'm just happy to be there. I also have done so many like photo dumps on my Instagram now because for ages I had my Instagram account and I'd just post stories, but I wouldn't post any actual posts. But I have now, so if you want to see any of the photos from prom or I think Celebration Day, I did a story for that. I did a summer dump. Just basically everything that I've spoken about in this video, for the most part, you can see on my Instagram as well. I've actually been trying to grow my Instagram account, so any new followers would be appreciated, please. And then in July, I had my dance show, which was my last dance show with my friend Mia. It went really, really well. And our dance, so I do contemporary dance, I only do the one class, but we did a dance to Halo by Beyonce. But I had so much fun, it was really good. Funnily enough, we were supposed to not necessarily look depressed, but rather than like smiling and being cheery like you would expect in like a jazz dance or something like that, we were told to just have like lots of emotion. And your girl was a little heartbroken at the time, which worked out well because I just felt like I naturally, everyone was like, oh, you just looked like you were so emotive on stage. I'm like, yeah, I wasn't acting. And then like a week after the dance show, I went to Devon for a week. No, 2 weeks. I went to Devon for a fortnight. If you've been here from the very beginning, you'll remember my very first Devon vlogs that I think I filmed and posted in like 2023 when I first started my YouTube channel. And my aunt and uncle live in Devon and we go to them every summer. We didn't last year because we went to Corfu instead. Again, didn't film a YouTube video for that. However, there are plenty of photos on my Instagram. But yeah, it was really fun to go see them for a fortnight. So we went strawberry picking one day. That was really, really good. I enjoyed that more than I thought I would. My uncle is part of a band and he played at like a horse farm. There's a farm with loads of horses, so that was good. What else did we do? Oh, I went on a Segway. I'll put a photo of me on the Segway. I actually remember thinking to myself, that was not exactly a great photo, but just so you can see what I mean if you don't know what a Segway is. So much fun. I was a bit nervous actually, but you do like a little training course beforehand, and then you actually like go around the tracks and everything. And I had a great time. It was so good. But yeah, it was just really nice to see my aunt and uncle. Right, and then that's basically all of like the main points from summer. So the only other thing to mention is in August, results day, which I feel like a lot of people will be curious how results day went for me because I did talk a lot about the academic side of things and studying, and I've done all my studying vlogs, and you know, I made myself sound like I know what I'm talking about, so everyone's probably like, so what did you get? Blah-da-da, what are you doing now? Before I do talk about how results day went, I'll give you a little bit of context because I do feel like this may be reassuring to some people as well that are in year 13 at the minute. But for me, I didn't have the best start to year 13. I had a lot going on in my personal life. I'm not going to bring that onto the internet, but I did not have a great start to year 13. I missed a lot of college, and even when I was present, I wasn't really paying attention. So in November, I had my first set of marks. Full transparency, I think I got C, D, U in my 3 subjects. The U was because I didn't turn up. I actually consciously remember that day. I woke up and I was like, nah, I'm not doing it. Like, I can't do it today. It's not happening. And I went back to bed and I didn't even sit it. And the other 2, I got a C and a D. Mainly because I missed so much school that I had to like teach myself the parts of the specification that we'd been taught, and I either wasn't there for it or I wasn't paying attention, so I had to like reteach myself. So it wasn't going very well. And then in March, if you remember at the start of this video, I said I wasn't doing great college, I had my next set of mocks. That was also my last set of mock exams before my actual exams. And I was quite stressed because I'd gone from getting like A's and A stars in my mocks in year 12, then C, D, U. But when it came to March, I was like, I really need to turn this around now because I have literally 2 months until my actual exams. So I sat my mocks again then, and I got B, D, E. So you can imagine I got my mock results back and I was like, oh, B, D, E, that's not even enough to get into my like 5th choice out of all my unis. Like I won't even get into my insurance, I'd have to go into clearing. At that point in the year, the career advisor at our college and my head of year and everything, they kind of advised me to resit. They weren't like pressuring me, but they just said that based on kind of what they knew and how things were going, they thought that might be best for me because I wasn't in the best headspace. And I have always done really well at school. So for me, like, I was kind of torn because half of me was like, I don't want to disappoint myself and I don't want to come out of my exams with D's and E's when I know I can do better than that. And the other half of me was really stubborn and I was just like, I don't want to come back here for another year. And I kind of settled with the decision that if I tried and they went horribly wrong, I could go back the next year and retake if I had to, but at least I could give it a go because the thought of going back to sixth form, even though I know I said I loved year 13, but going back without all of my friends there and just kind of being stuck there for another year, like I just wanted to be out. I just wanted to kind of move on to whatever the next stage of life was for me, like whatever that entailed with everybody else. I just didn't want to go back for another year. So I was stubborn. I was like, I'm not going to retake, I'm going to sit my exams. When I tell you I worked my ass off for a month, and you might go, a month? Yes, I know, should have revised a lot earlier than that, but because of everything that was going on, my revision started like 3-4 weeks before my exams did, and I knuckled down so hard. I tried my absolute hardest. And so when my exams actually came around, I was obviously very nervous for them, but then when it came to results day, like I did not have high expectations whatsoever. I was expecting, I remember actually at most I wrote down what I was predicting for myself, and I predicted B, C, D. That's what I thought I was going to get. Biology, the worst set of exams I've ever sat. I genuinely thought I was going to like fail the subject. I wouldn't have been surprised if I opened it and got a U. And then law and psychology went okay, but again I wasn't feeling super confident. I ended up getting 2 A's and a C, which to some people, I know that they'll watch this video and probably be like, Ellen got 2 A's and a C? Because I always used to be a teacher's pet and I was like, you know, straight A's and everything, and I used to like cry when I got a B and all of that. But like genuinely, I cried when I got a C. I was like, you have got to be kidding me. After the grades that I'd got previously, and then to open my results on the day, get a C in biology, which was the subject I thought was going to fail anyway, and then an A in both law and psychology, when I'd been getting D's and E's in those subjects only months, literally like a month and a half before. I could not believe it. And I got into my firm uni as well, which, like, to think I was like, oh, I'm going to have to go through clearing, I'm going to fail, like I don't know what I'm going to do, and then I got into my firm anyway. I was just shocked and obviously very proud and just happy that I chose not to retake and that I didn't have to go back. Yeah, it was just, I was so pleased. Having all of those posters up on my wall for like a month, even though every single time I woke up and I looked at that wall and I just walked into my room, I was stressed out, clearly paid off in the end. And yeah, I was just really proud of myself. And I don't think I will, I mean, I might do an advice video closer to A-levels for just like general sixth form advice and maybe subject specific advice for psychology and law, because to go from a D to an A in a month, I think like I nailed pretty quickly how to do well in those subjects. Won't give advice for biology because I don't know, I didn't know what I was doing, okay? I don't know how anyone can get A's or A stars in biology. If you have done that, genuinely, you're a genius, because I couldn't do it. But yeah, I was just so pleased. That finished summer on a high for me. And I suppose now is probably a good time. I'll talk about what I'm doing currently in a little bit, but I will just mention now. So I did get into my firm uni, but I chose to defer. So rather than going this September, I have a place for next September at my firm university. I don't actually think I mentioned it at all. Well, I haven't posted on YouTube, so I wouldn't have mentioned it. But my firm uni was Uni of Exeter, and then my insurance was Loughborough, but Exeter is in like the top 5 for psychology, which is the degree that I applied to do. So yeah, I have a place at Exeter to study psychology next September. But yeah, I just think that's important to mention because now we're going to move on to September, which is all, that's when all my friends went to uni. So if I'm like, oh, then all my friends went to uni, people will be confused because like, what? Are you not going to uni either? So in September, there's not really much to tell in terms of like what I got up to. To be honest with you, it wasn't a great month for me. My sleep schedule was absolutely messed up. Like I was going to bed at 3, 4 in the morning, waking up at 2 p.m. Just constantly felt just kind of bored. Like I didn't know what to do with myself, and with all my friends going to uni, I just felt kind of lonely, to be honest with you. Yeah, I wasn't doing the best, and I think that's also another reason why I haven't filmed so much. And this is going to sound like really depressing, but I feel like social media can be so much of like a highlight reel, and you know, if I'm having a great day, take loads of photos, film a video, post it, whatever. If I wake up one morning and I'm feeling really depressed or I'm feeling really anxious and I rot in bed all day and then I eat a load of rubbish food and I cry and I do nothing, I'm not going to film that and post it on the internet and be like, this is what I did today. No, I'm not going to do that. I don't know anyone that does. And to be honest, for a little while, every day looked like that for me. Kind of vulnerable to admit, sorry. And I think that's like part of it for me is there are plenty of people that this year and in the past I have fallen out with, or they've done me dirty and I have cut them off. And I am, you know, first-hand witness to the fact that those people are the first people to view my stories, the first people to click the links to my YouTube videos. They lurk, they're always on my profile views, constantly watching. And sometimes I'm reluctant to be vulnerable and admit that I have a hard time because I know that those people are watching, and like I don't want them to know that what they did affected me. And the truth is that like no one's life is perfect, that everyone struggles. And even though like my platform's quite like right now are quite small because I haven't been posting, I think it's important to be like open and honest from the get-go. And I don't want to be one of those people that's like, my life's perfect and every single day it looks like this. No, it doesn't. Some days I literally rot in bed all day and I cry, and then I wake up the next morning and I do exactly the same thing. Like life looks like that sometimes, and I think September for me was definitely like that. It was not a great month at all, and it's definitely gotten a little bit better. I think like seasonal depression is something that I had that kind of last year as well anyway. I just hate how dark and cold it gets so early in the winter, and I don't do very well with coping with that. I feel like I'm just ranting at this point. I don't know if anything that I'm actually saying is making sense. I'm getting stressed because I'm being vulnerable. Basically what I'm trying to say is with all my friends going to uni, I felt a bit lonely and I wasn't doing the best, and I guess I struggled to be open with people about that, which I'm gonna try and get better at. But recognizing it, I suppose, is the start of it. One positive thing about September is I had my first session of the acting course that I got onto. So basically last November I put in like a written application to this like drama school and acting agency, and then I got an email at the start of this year to say, thank you for applying, we'd like you to come in for an audition. And I auditioned, I think I went in 3 times in April, and I didn't get into the main group, but I got into their reserve group. So I meet every like 3 weeks with the rest of the reserves and our tutor Dan, and he it's just basically an acting workshop, and we go and we do improvisations and we're taught different ways to improve our acting for auditions and on screen, and it's just really good fun. And it's something that I've always been interested in but never really felt like it was something that like it was worth putting a lot of time and energy into, because it's such a difficult industry to do well in. And I think I'm like one of those people that's like, if I'm gonna do something, I have to do really well in it for it to be worthwhile. Whereas for this, now I'm kind of treating it as it's something I enjoy, so I'm gonna do it for fun, and if something comes out of it, then that's great. If not, I have fun in the meantime. But I've been really enjoying that. I've had I think like 3 or 4 sessions now, and they have the auditions again next April, which isn't even that long away now when you think about it, is it? So we're currently being trained to re-audition. But yeah, that's been really fun. I started that in September. And then October was a really busy month. So the start of October was my mum's birthday and it was her 50th. So we threw her a party and all of her friends came, and I love all my mum's friends. I had a great time. I went out with a couple of my friends after the party as well. Yeah, that was just great. And then literally the day after the party, we went away for the weekend with my aunt and uncle to a cottage in York, I think it was, for my mum's birthday. And it was a little cottage with a hot tub. We went for a hike. It was just a one-night stay, but it was really, really nice. And then a week later, it was one of my mum's friends' weddings, which I went to with her. And I'd never been to a wedding before, actually. It was my first wedding. And it was so sweet, and the reception was so fun. Everyone was just dancing and free food. Oh my gosh, I have the most diabolical story to share about the wedding. I won't include it in this video because I think I'm going to film a TikTok story time and I'll post it on my YouTube shorts as well. Someone at the wedding reception said like the most diabolical thing to me ever. I'm going to have to film a story time. Wait for that, that's going to be coming soon. And then at the end of October, I went out for Halloween. I've never really been someone that celebrates Halloween. I didn't really have like friends that were going out for Halloween a lot when I was younger and never went trick-or-treating. So when my friends were like, do you want to go out for Halloween? I was like, you know what? Yeah, I'll go out. But yeah, I ended up going as, I just like treated it as like a dress-up night instead. So I went as Paddington Bear. Not scary at all, but I wasn't trying to be scary. And I was quite offended actually because I asked the bouncers, because we went to, I think, like 2 bars and then a club after. I asked the bouncers who they thought I was. Why did all of them say Minnie Mouse? Are you a mouse? You're a cat? Do I look like a mouse? No. I mean, I did draw a nose on, like Paddington Bear's nose. I had the tag on and everything. The tag said Paddington. How do you think I look like Minnie Mouse? But I tell you what, I was not well around Halloween time. For about a week before Halloween, I had a bit of a cold. And then after Halloween, we went for dinner at a friend's house. And there were loads of people there and quite a few of them were ill. And I think that just made me more sick. Because I swear I had like the flu or something. I was in bed for like 2 weeks. I only got out of bed to go to work. But yeah, I'm feeling better now. I still have a bit of a snivel. I just think it's the cold weather again. It's just winter. Don't like winter. It just make it hot again, please. I think I just need to move to a hot country. Maybe I need to go back to Australia. Maybe I need to move to Spain. Maybe I just need to like get mega rich so that I can stay here in the summer and then in the winter fly to every single destination under the sun and come back when it's warm again. That's the plan. And then, final month, November, it's the month that this video is being filmed. Basically, the only thing that's happened this month is that my dog turned 6. And basically now, I'll give you a super quick overview of what I'm doing currently. So, I know I said I deferred my place at uni, so I am technically on a gap year at the moment. And the plan is to work as much as I can, save as much as I can, and go travelling. I'm not sure when I'll be going travelling, how long for, where to, any of that, because I want to save a substantial amount of money before I even consider that sort of thing. Obviously, with getting to the end of this year, I need to think about all of those factors soon. But yeah, the last few months, I mean, I have wasted a lot of time. I can be honest about that, but I've just needed a little bit of time to kind of chill, reset, allow myself to have a bit of space and time just to reflect on a few things. And now I've gotten back into the swing of things and I'm working about 26 hours a week, which doesn't sound like a lot, I know. But I've only just got a second job because literally nowhere. Tell me why no one's hiring. But most places, because I have a job in hospitality already, the hours that I already work would like overlap with the hours that they need. So most places were saying like, sorry, but you just don't like really work for us right now. It's like, okay. So I've now got a second job in retail. So I have one job in retail, one job in hospitality. I basically just work weekends. I do just work weekends. I work Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 26 hours across those 3 days. So Monday to Thursday is like completely free for me, but they're the days that I'm going to use to try and get all of my content up, and that's like my weekend. Like Monday, Tuesday is going to be my weekend rather than the actual weekend, which isn't good though. The only reason like I don't like that is because like this Friday, for example, I have these tickets booked for like the rave or club night or whatever. I booked them months ago. Well, it wasn't months and months ago, but before I got the job. I'm at work at 9 AM the following day. So that's going to be fun. I'm just going to have to chug loads of water, make sure that I'll wake myself up. Probably have a cold shower in the morning, wake myself up. But I don't even know how I'm going to manage that. I will do that. and I will be at work and no one will be able to tell the difference. I will be with it sharp. It's gonna be fun. See, we're manifesting, talk it into existence. But yeah, that's pretty much all I've been doing. Working, going to the gym. I started going to the gym end of September? No, like mid-September. Took me about a month to kind of get used to everything and feel confident, because when I first started going on my own, I genuinely must have looked like an absolute fool using half the machines because I didn't know how to use them. And I've been consistent maybe for about a month. Seen some changes, the tiniest little biceps, okay? They're there. You have to look really, really hard to see them, but they're there. Progress over perfection, everybody. But because I did have like 3 weeks off when I was ill, I feel like I've basically started again from scratch. But yeah, I've just got to obviously build the strength back up and get back into a routine with it. I've just got to try and work it around my new hours and everything. And the only other thing that I've been doing regularly is going to dance. I'm still going on a Tuesday. We have a new teacher, Mia, and she is so nice. She's one of those people that like, you just feel instantly comfortable around. And she's just so fun. Yeah, every single week I look forward to it and I leave feeling so much better than I did walking into the class. We did one dance to Ceilings by Lizzie McAlpine, and I really, really, really liked the dance. So I was like, I'm just going to be confident for once and I'm going to post it on my Instagram. So I posted it as a reel on my Instagram. So I think I might start posting more dance content, because we kind of do like new routines every 3 or 4 weeks or so, just snippets of different things until we get to next year and we start working on a piece for the show. I'm looking forward to all my friends coming back from uni for Christmas so that I can start spending more time with them, because I do miss them all, and I'm hoping to go visit a couple of my friends. I had plans to visit one of my friends this week actually, but she wasn't able to because she had so much uni work. So that's the thing, just finding time that I can see everybody and fit it in. I have a few friends that haven't gone to uni either, and are either on gap years or don't plan on going to uni. So a couple friends that are working in hospitality and retail as well, so I can spend time with them at least because they're still local. And that is an overview of this year. How long is this video going to be? Genuinely, I've been babbling on for like an hour. Okay, part 2 of the video, answering all of your questions that should have been in a summer Q&A, but are going to be in this one instead. So the first one is, how is dance going? Miss you, Ellen. This one's from my old dance teacher, actually. If you're watching this, hello, we all miss you. I hope everything's going okay. I know I mentioned a little bit earlier about how our new dance teacher is going with our class and all of the dances that we've been doing, and honestly I'm having a great time. And it's different now because I'm not dancing with my closest friends anymore. The girls my age have gone to uni or just don't go to dance anymore, but everyone's lovely and I love all of the dances that we have been doing, and I'm so glad that I get to be around for another year to keep going and hopefully do one last show as well. But yeah, it's been great, thank you. I feel like I've gotten more confident. And I listen to you. I've been stretching daily, sometimes even twice a day, and I'm more flexible now. And I can do more than just one turn. So there we go. I say that actually, but I can only turn on one leg. So that's the next thing to work on, the other leg. Next question, what videos do you have planned going forward? I'm going to talk a little bit about that at the end of this video, as I said. But to be honest with you, like, I need all the video ideas I can get. So if there's anything that anyone wants to see, you can comment it under this video. You can send me a message. Oh, that's definitely one of my friends. Who on earth has put that? I'm not answering that. Sorry. Right, next. Any tips for starting/growing a YouTube channel? Oh. Well, I don't know if I'm really, like, qualified to give advice on that, because I don't know, I wouldn't say I'm exactly a YouTuber. Like, I wouldn't consider myself a YouTuber. I mean, my first piece of advice, if I'm going to give you any, is don't wait 8 months in between posting videos. That's a good starting point. Right, well, if we're not thinking so much about tips for starting, I might do an entire video on this at one point, if that's something that people want to see. Maybe I'll do a little poll and see if anyone would be interested in, like, a little series of starting a YouTube channel, or like how I film, how I edit. I've seen people do series like that before. I don't know if anyone would actually care to watch that, but if you would, I'd happily do that. Just a little thing to say now. Tips for starting, just start. That sounds like so, like, well, obviously, but I do think with something like starting a YouTube channel, you can think about it for so long, but actually starting it is a different story. And I think you really just have to not give a crap about what anyone thinks about you. Because let's be honest, like, I've not posted a single video on YouTube, TikTok, sometimes on Instagram too, that I have not cringed at. Every single YouTube video on my page, anything that you can find, I have edited that video and gone, oh my gosh, this is so embarrassing. And I've posted it anyway. Because the truth is, to begin with, no one knows who you are. No one gives a crap about what's going on in your life. No one wants to watch videos of you yapping to a camera because they don't care about you because they don't know you. But you've got to start. That's where you've got to start. You have to post as though people care, and over time you will find people who like your content, like you, relate to you in some way for whatever reason, and they're the people that will stick around. You're also going to find people who watch your videos, hate them, find them boring, find them cringy, and like to tell you that. And I think that's like the main thing. If you're going to start it, you just really have to know that that's what you want to do and just do it and not give any thought to what other people think about it. And I say that as a bit of a hypocrite because I still do that now. I don't know, that's like my kind of the only piece of advice I have, to be honest. But yeah, genuinely, just start. That's my advice. Just start. I found that I had the most growth when I was posting consistently, but at the same time, quality over quantity. You need both, but you don't want to be posting like rushed videos just because you're trying to get them out. Thumbnails need to be good because otherwise no one's going to click on the video, and also you need to make sure that your SEO is good. And if you don't know what that is, search engine optimization. Look it up. It will tell you all about how to use tags and things like that to make sure that your videos rank in search. Again, I could talk about that for hours, but I'm not going to do that in this video. I can do a more in-depth video if that is something that you want. Yeah, I had a lot of questions like this actually. I've seen quite a few of them. Do you have a man? What is your current love life? Do I have a story to tell you? No, I'm joking. Let's just say right now I don't have a boyfriend. I am not talking to anyone. I am not interested in anyone. It is just me, myself and I, and it's going to stay that way, you know, for the foreseeable future. I'm kind of at a point now where like I'm not actively looking for anything, but like if my dream man was to come along, I'd make it work, you know, I'm open to it, but I just also kind of can't be bothered. I don't know, maybe it's a negative way to look at it, but I just think, and I'm sure there's plenty of people that agree with me, like our generation is so messed up. I personally, the thought of hookup culture makes me feel sick. You won't catch me on a dating app. Maybe I'll change my mind in a few years' time, but I don't know, like if I'm talking to someone, I just talk to them. I don't add loads of random people on Snapchat and talk to loads of random people. I just don't do that, and I don't feel the need to. And I think that's why I clash with some people, because what I don't think is okay, they think is okay. And there's certain things that are just like normalized nowadays that I don't think are normal. And sometimes I'm just like, maybe I just give up. My love life's non-existent. And I actually think I prefer it that way. It's peaceful. I don't even know what else to say, to be honest with you. It's laughable, really. Okay, we're gonna leave it at that. Next question. Can you do a car tour and drive with me? I can, yeah. I should actually do that. Maybe I include that next month in what I'm planning on doing. I could do a little festive drive with me. That could be quite fun. I'll make note of that and try and get that done for you. Next one, will you go to uni? I know I touched on that. I have a place at uni next year. Whether I go or not, different story, I'm not sure. But I have that option, so we will see. Next question, what's your biggest pet peeve? Oh gosh, I have a lot of them. Should I just start reeling them off? 1, people who eat with their mouths open. I'm sorry, I don't want to see your chewed up food. Close your mouth, please. 2, people who are hypocrites, basically. Tell you not to do something and then do it themselves. Or like the people that you tell them that them doing something makes you uncomfortable and they do the exact thing anyway. Don't like that. People who only talk about themselves. Self-centered people. I can't. I feel like sometimes maybe I come across as self-centered because I just like yap about myself all the time. Obviously this is my page, so that's what I'm gonna do. What is your dream holiday destination? I'd love to go to Hawaii. I think it's so beautiful, but I know that in recent years there's been like a huge increase in tourism and a lot of damage as a result, so I'm not too sure about that. In the Maldives, oh my gosh, that's like the most beautiful place. I'd love to go there. Bali, love to go back to Thailand. I've been to Thailand quite a few times when I was younger, but I'd love to go back. I'd love to explore Australia more because obviously I grew up there, but I didn't really explore very much. I kind of just stayed where I lived. I didn't go anywhere near the West Coast or Central Australia, so I'd love to go see all of that. I mean, Europe's beautiful as well. I'd love to go around Europe, but my like main the main places that I'd love to go are like Hawaii, Bali, the Maldives. You see a pattern, don't you? Just hot, pretty places, basically. So that is the last of the questions, which means that it is now time for the last part of this video, which is basically the plan for next month and what I'm hoping to do on this channel to make up for my lack of posting in the last however many months. So obviously tomorrow, if you're watching this video when it's posted, is December 1st. So, drum roll please. I'm doing Vlogmas. Yep, I'm actually going to do it. Like, I'm actually going to do it this year. I know the first year that I was on YouTube, I did my own version of Vlogmas and I did 12 videos on the lead up to Christmas for like 12 days of Christmas. Last year, didn't even do that. I don't think I did any Christmas themed videos. This year, because I have a lot more free time, a lot less responsibilities, and a lot more flexibility, a new video every single day from the 1st to the 25th of December. Just you wait, it's going to make up for the lack of posting this year, I promise you. I'm already so excited. I have a list of video ideas. I'm hoping I have enough. I think there's going to be at least 25. But most of them I'm going to do like vlogs, edit, and then post the next day. But yeah, it's going to be difficult to get it all up, but I'm really excited. Yeah, it's going to be good just to start getting content back out again and actually get back into the swing of filming and editing and posting videos. I will also be trying to post every single day on my TikTok and then more often on my Instagram as well. So if you aren't following me on either of them, please do. And that's basically it. I think I'm going to continue the 5 PM posting time. So every day, 5 PM, I'll post a new video. And then after December, we'll go back to weekly uploads. For the 25 videos for Vlogmas, 90% of them are going to be like Christmassy videos. I do have 1 or 2 videos that have actually been filmed over the last couple months that I don't want to just completely discard. So I'm just going to include them. They're not like festive videos and you're probably like, oh, this is obviously filmed months ago, why is this included here? But I just don't want to completely just like forget about those videos. So they'll be included in like Vlogmas, but they're not festive videos, but the majority of them will be. So yeah, that's basically it. I don't know how long I have been yapping for. This video is probably going to be really, really long. I hope you enjoyed me yapping for this long and that you didn't get too bored. If you're still here, thank you. I mean, I appreciate it. But yeah, it was nice actually just to sit down and talk to a camera for once after so long of not filming anything. And as always, if you did like this video, please make sure to like it, comment down below and subscribe if you haven't already. And turn on post notifications so you're notified every single time I post a new video. It's been a while since I've said that. Thank you so much for watching and I will see you tomorrow for the first day of Vlogmas. Oh my gosh, I'm actually so excited.